queste cose. Mm?
Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today you're going to watch me do a natural everyday makeup look. And don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like me to post in the future. So today we're going to start with our eyebrows. I usually like to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in chocolate, but first what I like to do is get just a regular spoolie. You can use any kind. I recall the one that I'm using is actually from e.l.f. And I like to brush my hairs up so that it's easier for me to see where I'm going to be outlining the bottom. I usually like to start mid-eyebrow and work my way to the tail. So you'll notice that I'm doing very small strokes until I get to the tail end of my eyebrow. And then I'm going to slowly start working towards the front without re-dipping into the pomade so that my eyebrows don't look super thick and dark. And then I'm going to go ahead and brush that out so it's not such a sharp line. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the top. So I usually like to start closer to the front end of my brow, continue to do those small strokes. And then when I get to the arch of my brow, I like to curve it so it's a natural curve to the eyebrow. And then I just like to fill it in so that it looks very natural. And then as I get to the front, I like to do small hair-like strokes going up. But if you notice, I do it at a slight angle so that it doesn't look so straightforward. And then I start brushing them out again so that it comes out as a natural faded eyebrow. And then we're just going to repeat that same technique on the other side. So you're going to start in the middle of your eyebrow, do some small strokes until you get to the tail end of it. Once you've completed that, you want to go ahead and start towards the front with small strokes without dipping back into that pomade. If you dip back into that pomade when you go to the front end of your brow, it is going to come out a lot thicker, a lot darker, and it's going to be a lot more work for you to try to brush it out and fade it to make it look natural. So we're going to go ahead and do that same thing, outline the top. You want to do those hair-like strokes in the front at an angle. So instead of going straight up, you want to kind of curve it a little bit. I find that makes it easier for me to make it look like it's natural hair towards the front. And then what I'm going to do is take my Maybelline concealer in 40 Cafe, and I'm just going to clean up my eyebrows. So I usually like to start in the front, just trying to make sure I'm getting a sharp look. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it. And I do like to make sure it's blended out. I don't usually like, if it's a natural everyday look, I don't usually like the concealer to look so sharp and heavy. I try to blend it out so it looks like a natural type of fade cleanup. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same to the top portion of my eyebrow. So I'm just going to clean it up. Make sure the tail end is sharp. I mean sharp. You don't want it to be too thick. You do want it to get a little bit thinner when you get to the tail end of your eyebrow so that it doesn't look so crazy. We're going to go ahead and start on the other side. So I'm just copying that same technique. I'm just cleaning it up, cleaning the bottom up. And then I'm going to do the same to the top. But as I get over that arch, I am going to put the brush more down so that it gives my tail end of an eyebrow a more sharper look. And I'm just going to take a regular eyeshadow brush and kind of blend it out. As I was saying earlier, I don't usually like it to be super sharp if it's just a natural everyday makeup look. So I'm going to try to clean it up so it's not so heavy and bright under my eyebrows. And then I'm going to go ahead and brush it one more time so that it looks natural before I put on the Anastasia Clear Eyebrow Gel, just to kind of set everything in place. My eyebrows do, sometimes I notice I produce oil a lot, so I like to make sure that I set it with the clear eyebrow gel so that it doesn't move. So you'll notice that in the front end of my eyebrow, I brush the hairs up, and as I go towards the tail end, I go ahead and brush them down and over. I like to apply that as my under eye concealer. So those spots where the sunlight would hit your face, that's where I usually like to apply it. You'll notice that I'm not using right now such a light color because this is going to be your everyday makeup look. So you don't want anything that's going to be too crazy for the office or if you're just trying to make it look natural. So I like to place that under my chin, on the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and then just to give it a tad bit boost of light, I will apply the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish in medium beige. So I'm just applying little lines underneath the concealer that I previously put on just to kind of give it more of a little light look, but not overdoing it because you want to make sure that you're keeping it natural and you're not making it such a crazy highlighted look. And then you want to take the butt end of any type of beauty sponge that you may have and go ahead and blend. So what I like to do is start with the areas that I don't want to set for too long. So under my eyes, I like to let that sit for a little bit while I blend everything else because I do want the highlight to be more prominent under my eyes. And then I go ahead and blend the rest of it. You are going to notice here that with the forehead concealer, I like to blend it out. So I like to blend in like a little oval type shape just to give it that natural sunlight hit. And then what you want to do when it's time to conceal your under eyes is take a mirror and look up because this is going to actually prevent creasing. If you look at your normal stance or you look down when blending, it's not going to get those under eye creases, and then you're gonna, when it's time to set all of it, you're gonna end up having all of those creases under your eyes. So you want to make sure that you're looking up to avoid those creases being seen. And then I'm gonna take that e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Powder. Go ahead and set all of your liquids before you apply powder. I do notice that this allows my makeup to stay put a lot longer rather than me just going straight into the powder right after. It's kind of setting that liquid before I reset it again with the powder. And I'm just going over everything, making sure it's blended out before I move on to the powder. So next, I'm going to take the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder in Translucent, and I'm going to go ahead and set all of those places where I had applied the liquid concealer. So I want to make sure again that I'm looking up when applying that concealer and making sure everything's blended. I do find that it's easier to take a damp beauty blender when button. And then I like to take that same brush and same color and do that around the crease of my eyelids so that it kind of gives me this like cut crease eyelid look. I'm going to take this Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara and apply that before I put on these Lashes for Days Pro Beauty Essential. I got these from TJ Maxx. They were actually not bad. They were only $4.99, so that's really not bad, and it's a pack of 2. It's in the style Wispy, and I like to use the Duo 2-in-1 Brush On Style Lash Adhesive and apply that to the eyelashes. So you'll notice that I'm kind of like curving it a little bit. That's going to give it that natural bend look, so it makes it a lot more easier to apply onto your eyelashes. And then I like to blow in it all at the same time so that it's becoming a more tacky or consistent at the same time. And you'll notice that I was able to apply it on effortlessly because it was tacky, because I had curved it. It made it a lot easier for me to stick it to my lash line. And then I'm just making sure that it's really sticking on there, because you don't really want your eyelashes to be falling off before we walk out of the door. Now I'm going to do that same thing on the other side. So you're going to curve it a little bit, blow on it, and then you'll be able to stick right onto your lash line and just make sure that everything's good. Don't mind me looking over it. There was a Christmas movie on, and I was very fascinated with it. I think it was like Christmas in Rome on Hallmark, and I was like, I just couldn't not stay distracted, so I just kept getting sidetracked. But anywho, so yes, I'm gonna go ahead and apply that on to my lash line, make sure everything's sticking well. You definitely want to make sure that you focus a lot of your attention on the outer ends of your lash band, because those usually are the ones that start to come off faster if it's not stick. So you'll see me here just trying to make sure that everything's sticking well. Next, we're going to apply our e.l.f. Always Spicy blush. I like to apply this right over the bronzer that I applied, so it kind of like blends all together and make it look like I have a natural blushed look going on. And I'm just taking a MAC stippling brush. I don't remember the name of it, but you can take any type of stippling brush and apply it over. And then I'm going to take that mascara again, and you want to make sure that you blend your natural lashes to the lashes that you just applied on. Give it more of a natural look so that you can't tell where your real lashes start and where the fake ones end. And then I'm going to take this e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Mist and spray it all over my face just to make sure that everything's set in there. Nothing's going to be moving throughout the day. And then I'm just taking that beauty blender again, making sure that everything's set in. Nothing looks very blotchy. Next up is this highlighter. I'm going to be taking this Becca Glow Dust highlighter in Champagne Pop. It is a loose highlighter, so you want to make sure that you're very careful because it does pick up the powder a lot quicker. And I like to spray it just so that the highlighter is a lot more intense. And baby, when I tell you this highlighter is popping, this highlighter is popping. Like, who's gonna come for me? Who's gonna come for me? Absolutely nobody. I'm just kidding, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this highlighter, apply it to the other side. I like to apply it right above that bronzer and the blush so that it really just sets on the top end of my cheek. And then I'm gonna take that e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Mist Setting Powder and set my face again. Next, I'm gonna just take a regular brown lip liner and just outline my lips before applying more of like a pinky mauve lip color. And you just want to make sure that you really outline everything. And then there I go, applying the mauvey pink color to the inside of my lips first, and then I'm going to apply it to the top lips. And you really want to make sure you blend it. So I do find that blending it with my finger makes it look a lot more blended together, and then you'll see me just kind of like blending my lips. And for today's look, we are all done. Thanks, babes, for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed this look, and let me know in the comments down below what kind of makeup looks you would love to see. I love all your guys' support. I'm a small YouTuber starting out, and you know, I really appreciate some feedback so that I'm posting videos that I know you guys would love. I'm just so excited. I finally filmed my first YouTube video. Okay guys, and I'll see you in my next clip. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you would like to see in the future. Bye!